Shalawam Israel. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI. Number one is to the apostles and elders of GREATMILLSTONE. And Shalawam to Lek out there, doing his work of faith and labor of love and truth sincerity. We wanted to come out with this quick article, through the spirit of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, of what the elites think of you people, man. Because the mass of the people out there that really think that the elites are for them, but this article, it's going to show you that what the elites' true agenda is and how they truly feel, man. Because we're entering a time, slowly but surely, of Jacob's trouble. And with these devils, is slowly but surely, they're showing their horns, they're showing their fangs, man. So we're about to see the true nature of the so-called white man and their whole conglomerate, man. Okay? So with that, you get into it, bro.
This article's from InfoWars, and the title is CFR Member Calls on Elites to Rise Up Against Ignorant Masses. It says, wealthy heir to Bloomingdale's chain sneers at populist voters who cherish values and tradition.
Right, so this is a member of the CFR, which is the Council of Foreign Relations, okay, guy by the last name of Trump, man. Okay, and he's a wealthy owner, a family owner of the Bloomingdale's chain, man. So this, in the CFR, the Council of Foreign Relations, that's one of the elites, a top little organization. And you have the CFR, you have the Build the Bird Group, you have these different secret councils that these elites have. And this is one of the top ones, man, the Council of Foreign Relations. All right, so as you see, he's calling the masses of the people ignorant, man. So go ahead. Yeah.
It says, in a column for Foreign Policy magazine, Council on Foreign Relations member James Traub argues that the elite need to rise up against the mindlessly angry, ignorant masses in order to prevent globalization from being derailed by the populist revolt that led to Brexit and the rise of Donald Trump.
Right, so he's basically saying, how did Brexit come about? By the populist vote. And what's happening with Donald Trump, he's saying it's basically because of the masses of the people, man. And he said, basically what he's saying is that the ignorant masses, they don't know what they're doing, and they're preventing the globalization of what the elites are trying to accomplish. Because they're trying to accomplish their New World Order. But we know according to the scriptures, they're going to begin to start their so-called New World Order. But while they're trying to reign from both sides, it's going to make them cough up all the riches out of their belly, man. It's going to make it rain upon them while they're eating, man. So that's just what's going to happen in these times that are to come. So go ahead.
Concerned that today's citizen revolt in the United States, Britain, and Europe may upend politics as nothing else has in my lifetime.
Right, so
Traub notes.
Because he said, about the American citizens, talking about the revolts and stuff like that. You see these different uprisings of the people. People want to go against the government now because they know that the government is not for them. They know that Obama, and all these so-called politicians are nothing but a bunch of tricksters, man. So when you look at the statistics of today, and I was looking on some on Alex Jones's channel or whatever, and they were showing how much the people actually trust this American system and this American economy. And all of the numbers were below 20%, man, with all of the different statistics and what they were talking about, man. So these people of the society have no trust within the government, man. So they know it's only but a matter of time before these people actually gear up into arms and actually start going to war with the government, according to prophecy in 2 Ezra chapter 15, man. Okay, so go ahead.
It says, Traub notes that Brexit was an utter repudiation of bankers and economists and an example of how extremism has gone mainstream.
Right, so he said it's an example of how extremism is going mainstream. So basically what they're trying to get into is that the people actually having a voice and actually having a say-so is derailing their globalization. So he's calling that extremism has gone mainstream. Because usually when people speak up against the government, they can easily shut it. But thanks to YAHAWASHI setting up the unicorn for the prophets, these devils can no longer hide, man. That's why they're saying that the extremism has gone mainstream, because you can't shut people up nowadays. Nowadays, everybody has a smartphone, or you have underground media, these different things that these devils can't stop. That's why they want to put it into the internet, man. All right? So,
yeah, quick precept for the brother. This is Psalms chapter 64. I'll get to the point. Verse 8. So they shall make their tongue, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear, and shall declare the work of the Most High, for they shall wisely consider of his doings.
Right, so these people, you know, how the Lord said what? They're making their tongue to fall upon themselves. Because these elites, they're getting into a frenzy with this whole Brexit thing. Because now you got the UN army is doing more work over here, and you can see more UN trucks throughout the United States, and mainly they were saying in Pennsylvania. And now the EU, they're gearing up their army to be scattered abroad throughout the different nations in which they have, man. Because they know that this Brexit thing is slowly but surely bringing about World War III, and they know that it's inevitable, man. But it's just according to the timetables of the Lord, how the Lord is holding things up for the elect's sake, man. You know, read that one more time, man.
This is Psalms chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
Right, so that's the point I want to get. All that see them shall flee away. That's why you have what? Different people within the society, they're fleeing and going to other countries. That's why you see, as I mentioned, when you look at the statistics, a lot of people don't believe in this government system anymore. That's why they're fleeing away from it, and they want to speak up against the government. You know, and people actually want a voice, but no matter what they do, their voices will fall upon deaf ears. The more these people within the society speak up, all that means that at least they want to hear more up, you know, to come against the people, man. And that's what they're preparing for, and that's what we have to prepare ourselves for through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, man. Because it's about to go down, man.
Yeah, just to add to the brother, you know, there was an article that came out through InfoWars. You know, I did a video on it a minute ago, but the point is that, you know, it's a problem when the rich white folks are leaving the states. They leaving America. You know, and there's an article on that talking about the rich people. It's a massive of rich people leaving America because they can see the downfall of this place.
And another thing, you know, with the economy, with the Brexit and all that, they're making the different stocks across the world fall and stuff like that. And now you got people taking their money out of the stocks from America, man. So that Brexit, you know, was a big hit unto America. Give me Obadiah verse 7. Real quick. We good. That was 30 minutes. So that Brexit was a big hit into America, and now you got people not even trusting anymore in America because they know that Britain and America were allies. So they're saying, oh, if they're at odds now, then what chance do America really stand, man? If they're starting to lose their allies, so people are getting scared and they're removing their money out of the system, man. You know? And what more people are leaning what? Toward the BRIC system, man. Because they know they're setting up their own government. So now it's like two opposing sides, when before all you had was America, including all the nations of the earth.
Just to elaborate too, when Britain basically left the EU, you had Italy, you had France, what was the other ones out? Scotland. You had all these, you know, all these guys want to follow the lead of Brexit, man. But this is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee.
Right, and Britain is the main one that's eating at the table with America. But them having the Brexit going against what America wants to establish, because America is really for the bankers, the Rothschilds. So you have Britain, they see that, so they fled away from that. And now that wound is up under America. So America is hurting, man. America is on its last leg, man. So we almost up out of here, all right? So that's the point of that.
Quick verse prophecy. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 12. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. And that proves that it's talking about Great Britain, because America got its independence out of Great Britain. So what? A seed comes out of the mother. So that's why it was saying the mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. And that's Britain being ashamed of America, because like the brother said, they taking the hold and they're for the elite's agenda. You know? So that's why they're ashamed of America. Babylon the Great. It says.
Jump down to right there. These last two parts right there.
And it says, Traub's tone is so contemptuous, he even describes the pro-Trump Republican base as know-nothing.
Right, so he said what? The people that are pro-Trump, that are for Trump, they're a bunch of know-nothings, man. So look at how they're talking about the people, man. That lets you know they don't give a damn about you people out there, man. But you people actually think that these people are for you when they're not, man. They're for their own agenda, man. The elites only care about the elite, man. You know? That's how these devils work. You would think, you know, how the brother said, you know, while we were just in camp, you know, that you would think that these devils would look out for even the lower amongst their society, but they don't, man. The elite is only for the elite, man. And they don't even consider you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in this equation, man. Because they know that you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are just going to follow through with the program because you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are more dependent on this society than any other nation that's here in America, man. So they know that you're going to fall in line, man. You know? So grab James 4:17 and read that everywhere.
It says, voters and sneers at voters in Poland for being concerned about values and tradition.
So he sneered at the people, at the voters in Poland for being concerned with values and tradition. Okay, when a country is supposed to have values and tradition, this country in America is supposed to have what? Laws. Okay, and they have statutes with a lesser law. They have a constitution that's supposed to be followed, man. They have amendments. They have different rights that the people are supposed to have. So he's sneering at the people that actually care about values and tradition. These are all that these people have. But they're letting you know that the values and traditions that you hold near and dear to heart, they don't matter. It's all about our agenda and what we want to accomplish. That's what they're telling the masses of the people.
Absolutely. What he's saying is, fuck you people. Fuck you 2/3. Fuck the sheep of America. What the hell is your opinion got to do with us ruling? You know what? Keep your thoughts and your values and your traditions to yourself. You don't know nothing. That's really what he's saying. And he's basically, you know, cursing you niggas out, man. Cursing you Edomites out, even you Edomites, man. You see? So basically he's saying, fuck you, man. And really he upset. Yeah. He upset because why? The Heavenly Father have made their own tongue to fall upon themselves. That internet, the unicorn, has been a thorn in their ass. Because all these people are voicing their opinions. Because why? The truth.
Ultimately, it's these devils' fault that this information is coming out. Because even by their own laws, they had something called the FOIA, which is the Freedom of Information Act. And I believe that was passed in 1967. And what that act allowed was to let the masses of the people know what's going on within the government. Of course, they withhold certain information, and that's why you got the underground news media bringing it out. You know, and they got their fluff news pretty much putting out what they want to put out. But according to that act and their laws that they push forth, their own tongues is falling upon themselves, man.
So I got a quick precept. One of y'all can break it down. It's Sirach chapter 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Right, now that's to you Israelites. Because this word and what we're doing is nothing for your hopeful elect. And we out here to tell you that, look, you should already know that the so-called white man is your enemy, man. So never trust the enemy.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and be lovely.
Now when he go to crouch, that's because he comes with those soothe words. He tell you that everything is going to be okay, except this RFID microchip. You know, accept these benefits, accept these laws and ways that we have established. Go this route.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
But if you don't trust your enemy, you be as to him as though you wiped a looking glass. You see right through his ass, man.
And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
And then you see the wickedness inside of him, and you know that goddamn devil thought you was slick.
Right.
See?
Exactly.
Because what happens with rust? You know, rust gets worse as the duration of time, you know, goes forth. So as we're dwelling in this captivity, we all know the so-called white man, which is Edom, is the wicked. But as time goes forth, we're going to see how wicked the so-called white man is, man.
Right, and also what? From the times of slavery, our people saw that the so-called white man was actually the wicked. But then after slavery, our people have been so pacified to forget the so-called white man, so they forgot about his true nature. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, as these times are slowly approaching, they're seeing the devil's fangs come right back out to life, man. They know, they're going to realize these the same devil that he's always been in the times of hardcore bondage, man.